We'll wait for this. Okay, I'm gonna give it a minute because I always start too soon and then the thing cuts me off at the beginning. So, hey friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm Tori, and this is a Bookish Friends chat, which I'm very excited about. I am talking to my friend Charmaine today, which is going to be great. We're going to talk about books, K-dramas, all the things. Charmaine, will you please introduce yourself and let us know where we can find you on the internet?
Hello, my name is Charmaine. You can find me on Instagram at TravelingThruBooks, on Goodreads, which I think Tori has linked below.
Mhm.
And if you happen to frequent the Discord of the Library of Alexandria, I'm also there.
Yes. I think what is your tagline in there? The Rager of Dragons?
Yes.
Yes. I always love to see what people's like official titles are in there. It's very fun.
Yes, that stemmed for me and Alan arguing about our opinions of Rage of Dragons.
Oh, well, let's start with that tea right away. I want to know because I have also read Rage of Dragons and really enjoyed it. So tell us about Rage of Dragons.
Well, when I first let's go back to the pandemic, 2020.
It always starts
I
there.
I found the booktube community, found Jessie May's channel,
Mm.
g joined her Discord shelf space. The first, shelf space buddy read I joined was Rage of Dragons.
Oh, nice.
I know. So we read that, um, even though Alan will tell this differently, but he's wrong. Uh
Well, the floor is yours, Charmaine.
The majority of people liked Rage of Dragons, over like 60%, a little over 60% people enjoyed the book. The rest did not, but they were just very loud. One of them was Alan. So, and we just constant back and forth. We called it the shelf space civil war because
Oh, wow.
we
This
just
got
had
like intense then.
constant debates on Rage of Dragons in the Discord and on the live show. It was all in good fun, but
Sure.
both Alan and I are very hyperbolic, so we got very from the outside looking in, it probably looked like we were like angry at each other and coming for each other's throats, but it was all in good fun.
Yeah. Well,
But we
and
just
clearly you like each other still enough to stick around and be
yeah.
on each other's chats and stuff all the time.
Yes. So
Yeah.
when Alan launched his Patreon, he gave us like all nicknames, and I was the Rager of Dragons.
Nice. I mean, that's a pretty awesome title,
I
to be
think
honest.
so.
So,
I'm flattered.
yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I think that was the first vlog that I ever did on my channel was reading Rage of Dragons. Because I loved the cover and just picked it up, and that was back in 2020, also during the pandemic, and that had just come out, and I was like, "This looks amazing," and it's not like the average fantasy that's coming out all over the place, so I really wanted to try it. Um, some of the best someday I wanna talk to Evan Winter about his combat, because he's so good at writing combat and so good at just the, like, characterization within that kind of a society. I was so impressed by that.
Me too. And everyone wants to hate on Tao, but I personally find Tao hilarious.
He is kind of one of those lovable, like, sometimes you just gotta oh, Tao.
Yeah. One of my pet peeves is when characters make bad decisions that don't line up to their goal.
Mhm.
Um, is one of my issues with Laya and Ember in the Ashes. I'm like,
Sure.
why are you making these decisions when your goal is this? But say what you want about Tao. He has a goal, and
He sticks
everything
to
he
it.
does aligns to that goal.
All the stupid decisions, all of
Yeah.
the yep.
He's focused, he's on track, he's not letting anyone get in his way.
Nope.
So, I admire that about him.
Yes. I did too. I have Fires of Vengeance. Where is it? Oh, it's all
Oh,
the
I
way
love
it's
Fires
in
of
my
Vengeance.
W. I have not read it yet, but I need to. Oh, it's right here. That's yeah, Sarah, just said another book added to the TBR. Yeah, look at this cover, you guys.
It's beautiful.
It's fabulous.
And the feeling of the dust jacket is like a velvet
Yes.
matte.
It's so nice.
It's
I'm trying to
quality.
remember what the oh, yeah, well, the naked hardcover is not quite as exciting, but
Yeah.
also feels really nice. Yeah, I need to get to Fires of Vengeance this year. That's one of my goals because I have several, not too many series that I've opened and not finished, but now that that one's out, I kind of feel like I, want to go back and get caught up.
Yeah.
Because I can't remember, is he releasing a third book this year?
Supposedly, it was supposed to release last year, but I
Okay.
think it got moved to this year.
Okay.
So, waiting and seeing.
Yes, as with so many other authors.
Yeah.
um, so you have mostly you're mostly on Instagram and then in the Discord servers. So is there like how did you said you found Jessie May's channel. Is there any like why no Charmaine booktube channel? Is that just something that you're not interested in doing or you like Instagram better or what's the story behind that?
Um, Instagram does work more for my, lifestyle, as we
Mhm.
say. Um, Charmaine, doesn't do well with, like, rigid commitments, and, like,
Ah.
if I were to have a booktube channel, you'd probably get, like, 1 video, and then, like, I would ghost you all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the consistency is a lot to keep up with for sure. So yeah, and the nice thing about I feel like with Instagram, and it's funny because we're kind of on opposite ends. I'm horrible with Instagram. I forget that I have Instagram on like a regular basis. Um, so, but it is nice to just snap a picture, put a text in there, and you're done. Whereas with
Mhm.
BookTube, it's a little bit more,
Yeah.
involved.
I'm
And
more involved.
especially, so do you try to like curate? Because I know a lot of people try to have a kind of cohesive artistic feed and like is that something that you pay attention to or you just kind of wing it? Because
Uh,
it looks nice from my
Thank
perspective.
you. Um, yes and no, but I think by default, I have a theme just
Mm,
because I'm taking my pictures in, like, the same, like,
sure.
4 areas of my house.
It's a nice rotation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that keeps it consistent, but, I don't set up, like, a stage, like,
Yeah.
people pull out their de deco decor items from Hobby Lobby or wherever and, like,
Yep.
do, like, this whole, like, stage or Alan likes to bring out the pine cones and
Yes. Yep.
and the blankets. I don't do all that.
Yeah. Yeah, some people get really intense with their and it looks beautiful, but I can't imagine the amount of work and setup and having to find, like, seasonal items all the time to match.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
yeah. The less things I have to pull out for the picture, the more likely I am to take the picture.
Same. Yep. Yeah. Few people saying hi. Hi, Sarah. Neru, hello. Sarah Wilson is here. Luna, hello. And shockingly, Alan is here to cause trouble from the first comment.
Oh, we haven't gotten all caps yet though, so
No, that will
we're
come
good.
later. Um, yeah, so this always cracks me up because I'm on so many live streams where Alan is there and shows up that I'm like, I mean, are you not sick of my face yet? Yeah, I'm excited,
Hey,
Joanna, because
Joanna.
like I love talking with everybody about fantasy books, and when I find somebody in the fantasy community who also knows what I'm talking about when I mention K-dramas, I get really excited. So I'm very excited to get into that.
Yeah, how did it start? I think it was a sprint on Alan's, and
Yeah.
I tried to get him to watch My Country.
Yes, and I was like, "Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, what?"
I know that show.
I know that show. It's my favorite K-drama. It's honestly like of all of the TV series I've ever seen in my life, that one is my favorite easily. Like
Yeah,
Firefly is up there, but that's it.
it instantly became one of my favorite K-dramas, like, it was so good.
It's so good. It's so good.
And the
Yes.
dialogue?
The dialogue, and I don't know about you for just tropes and things that you like reading or watching, but bromance is like a huge one, like best friend
Found
bonds,
family,
found
them
family,
too.
and that is just one of the most beautiful bromance found family themes I've ever seen done on television. I absolutely loved it. Um Did Alan not like Green Bone Saga either?
He we read Jade City together back in 2020. He I believe he gave it 4 stars, so he
Okay,
liked it.
yeah,
He just doesn't like the hype that the rest of Greenbone got, so he distanced himself. And we also argue about Hilo. He hates Hilo, I love Hilo,
okay,
but he liked Jade City.
okay. He just hasn't continued. In fairness, I mean, I have Jade City on my, wherever it is, and oh, it's over there. I rearranged my bookshelves, so now I don't know where anything is. Um, and it was just so the hype was just everywhere, and it's not that I don't think it deserves it. I just was like, I wanna take a moment and just, like, I'll go into it when the hype has died down a little bit, because then I feel like I'm a very easily influenced person as far as, "Oh, read this book." So I'm trying to, like, I just wanna have my own experience with it and give it the best headspace that I can, and so I will get back to you on Hilo as soon as I read it. Hello, thanks for joining us. This is one that I actually have not, uh, read. Should we just go into dramas? Because I feel like that's gonna be kind of the main theme of our chat today. Um, okay, so how did you get started watching K-dramas?
I think it started at an after me getting into, K-pop.
Mm,
I think K-pop was first, and that happened in college. Um, my friend, one of my friends I met in at ASU, she is from NorCal, and she was really into K-pop, and then she showed me 2 music videos one day, and one of them was G-Dragon's Heartstopper, and the
mhm,
other was Lollipop by Big Bang and
okay.
21. Um, hence why they're 2 of my favorite groups.
That was kind of the gateway.
Yeah, and then that was it for that year. I think it was, like, 2009, but, like, for the longest time, those songs kept popping up in my head, like
Mhm,
the chorus, and then I think it was, like, the end my senior year, like, 2012, I just, I had enough and, like, I, like, went on the internet looking for those songs 'cause they kept popping up in my head, and then, I went down a gateway.
mhm. It's a rabbit hole for sure.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I'm trying to remember because when it was about I kind of grew up watching a lot of, anime and, like, we used to get some films that, you had to watch subtitles that were in different languages when I was younger, so it wasn't ever a huge stretch for me to, like, go looking for, um, films and things from other countries, and in 2019, um, I had heard of K-dramas kind of loosely when I was in college. My sister-in-law was really into them, but she was really into the, like, super cheesy romantic dramas, which are not my particular shtick. Um, and she tried to introduce me to Boys Over Flowers. And that one I had a hard time with. But it kind of stuck in my head. I was like, "Oh, okay, like, K-dramas are a thing, that's cool." And then in 2019, I discovered K-pop and Korean music and got really into several groups. And then one of the guys in one of the groups was in a K-drama. I was like, yeah, this will be
Yeah,
fun. That'll be
that's
fun.
how it started for me too.
That was the last. Now I watch probably 90% Korean and Japanese TV series. So,
That was me for a good while in the I think from 2012 to, like, maybe, like, 2016. I did take a few years off because like, it was, like, a hyper fixation, and I'm like, You need to focus.
Yeah. I do the whole hyperfixate thing too. I'm like it from 2020 to 2021, I watched 30 K-dramas. And just in 1 year, and I just binged them, and I was like, and part of that was trying to like, like when you come into the fantasy community and you start reading books, you kind of binge a bunch of different things, and you're trying to figure out what you like and where you fit into like what you like to read. And I feel like it's kind of like that for dramas too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like they have it down to a science where they, like, suck you in. Like, they have mastered the slow builds and slow
Mhm.
burn. Like,
Mhm.
by the time you get to the end of one episode, you're like, "I need to know what happens
Yeah.
next." So I hate watching dramas that haven't finished.
Yeah.
Like, I need to binge.
Yes. Yeah, I do too. I typically, if I start one, I'm actually in the middle of one right now that I've been sitting on for like 3 months, and that's very unlike me because I just typically binge stuff. My Country, I binged in like 48 hours. Like, I
Same.
could not put it down. It was amazing.
It was so good.
Um,
I'm like, "I guess I'm not doing anything for
just watch
next
this
few
show,
days."
right? Um, I watch my dramas. I only have Netflix right now, but I used to have there's a website called Rakuten Viki that is really great, and it's like a subscription service like Netflix, and they have tons and tons of dramas on there. So I don't know for you, Charmaine, is that the same mostly?
Same, mostly through Netflix now, but I
Mm,
used to watch a lot of Viki, um, beforehand.
hmm.
Um,
They have a lot of the older ones that are
yeah,
harder to
which
find.
is why I'm tempted to get a subscription because I love City Hunter. I think
I
that was one
have
of my favorites.
I literally have that up on my shelf right now. I need to watch it.
It's so good because it has, like, the political drama, the revenge story, which we
Mm.
we already went over. We're fans
Yep.
of.
Yep.
I I need to rewatch it. And they
Yeah.
also have, oh my gosh, the Goo Family book.
Have you not seen that one yet?
I have.
Oh, you
I
have?
wanna
Okay.
rewatch it.
It's so good. That was
It's
one
so
of the
good.
first, historical dramas I watched, and, I mean, historical, I mean, it's a fantasy drama, but, yeah, I that one just the character work in that was what really pulled me in. Because one of the things I was missing from a lot of the Western TV shows was I was like, I feel like everything is about the plot, the concept, and the budget now. Where are my characters going? Like, where are these characters coming back from? And when I watched Goo Family Book, I was like, "Oh my gosh, they're actually, like, characters that I care about," and there's, like, a really cool, um it was just something so different than what I'd been watching, and it was a kind of a breath of fresh air, to be honest.
Yeah. I really enjoy the political dramas because I love, like, the court politics.
Mhm. Have you seen, Devil Judge?
I have not.
That one's also on Viki. That one is excellent. That's in my top 5, I think. And it's like it's a modern but slightly, like, very slightly futuristic kind of dystopian, um, and my favorite best acted female K-drama character ever, is in that, and then, but yeah, everybody in the show is really, really good. And if you like political intrigue, it's excellent. Yeah, I need to like I just watched this again with my parents over Christmas break. Because my mom was like, "Oh, you should show us one of your Korean dramas." And I was like, "Okay, I'll pick one." Because she likes typically the happy ending, like, bunnies and butterflies kind of shows. And I was like, "This is not that." To put it lightly. And she's like, "It's okay." And she ended up loving it, so that was cool. But yeah, now I wanna watch it again.
Me too. I debated, I'm like, "Do I have enough days to watch it before our life?"
Do you know what we should do sometime is we should do either a watch along or just you and I should buddy watch it. That would be really fun.
That would be awesome. I'm
I know
down for both of those.
Viki has a feature where you can actually do a, buddy watch where you both like, the one person clicks play and it plays at the same rate for both people. I don't think Netflix has that yet, but
We do, like instead of, like a watch along, like, have like a discussion after every like 5 episodes or something.
Right? Yeah. That would be fun. And yeah, that would be a kind of a fun channel thing to do, is do like a My Country watch along and chat. That would be really cool. We'll make Alan, well, maybe we don't want Alan to watch it with us.
I think he would like My
I
Country.
think he would too.
Out of all the K-dramas, because I know a lot of them can lean very romancy.
Yeah, this one doesn't.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
Yes, I remember
Joanna over here with the hot takes. Very nice hot takes.
I will never forget.
Charmaine keeps the record. Hi, Kay. Yeah, it's funny. Like, not to divert from K-dramas, but for a second, yeah, I feel like I'm getting worse about that since I've been on BookTube, is where I'll start the first book and then like forget to keep going sometimes. So I'm trying to get better about that.
I just read the 3rd book in The Expanse.
Okay.
I read the first book in 2020, the second book in 2021.
Book a year.
Book 2023.
Yeah. Are you like, if you're able to keep up with the chain of events, it's probably fine.
Yeah, I embrace the chaos, so I will jump into the next book without like I'll figure it out on the way. We'll put the pieces together as we go.
So are you mostly a mood reader?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't do well with structure. As much as Anitha would like me to be more organized.
Yeah, I have a few friends like that too, where they're like, "Hey, do you want a buddy read?" And like, I'm really being challenged by our Shogun read along right now, because I have to read the first third in January, the second third in February, and the third in March. And it's like, I'm not used to having it like so structured like that. So I'm working on it.
Yeah, I'm really bad.
You know what, Ellen? I think we could find a K-drama that you would like. Don't hate on it if you don't know.
I think so. Because he already is really into anime. So
Right.
I think he would.
Yeah.
So I think he'd be good.
Hey, Drew. Yeah, that page chewing episode was nuts over on Steve Talks Books. There were 6 of us, and it was crazy.
I think I joined at the end of it.
Yeah, it was a little crazy. I also watched dramas, so I had to make it for this stream despite it being midnight. Awesome. Well, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I have a question for you, because I'm curious, because this is also one of my favorites. Why haven't you gotten through Kingdom?
Oh, you caught that.
Yeah. I was like, I'm gonna save that for our chat.
You're gonna put me on the spot. So yeah, well, okay. So there's a couple reasons for that. First of all, I had just started watching Walking Dead about 2 months prior to starting Kingdom. And I think it was just one of those things where it was the wrong time, because I was so invested in how good those early seasons of Walking Dead were. And this is the thing, I hate zombies to begin with. Like, that's like the one thing that I just typically avoid. So I watched The Walking Dead because but everyone had told me, "Tori, you need to watch this show. The characters are amazing. You're going to love it." I was like, fine. So when I started watching Kingdom, it was such a different atmosphere, vibe, and like level of seriousness that I had I couldn't take it seriously while also watching Walking Dead at the same time. So I think it's something that I've kind of put to the side, and I want to come back to now that I've been away from Walking Dead for a while, because then I'm not going to be comparing the two the whole time. It's terrifying. Like, the concept of it is really terrifying. So I do want to go back in and try it again.
It's funny because one of my friends in another Discord recommended it to me, and I just knew it was like a historical K-drama, and
Mhm.
then so I started watching the first
Surprise!
episode, and then, like, all of a sudden it's, like, zombies, and, like,
Mhm.
I'm, like, messaging I'm like, "Well," 'cause you know how once you start watching the first episode of a K-drama, if it's good, like, you
Yep.
can't stop.
No.
Like, I'm
You have
hooked.
to time it.
I'm gonna be terrified, but now I'm hooked. So,
You're sitting there at, like, 4 in the morning just
yeah.
like
Well, I only watched it during the daytime.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think my husband and I started the first episode of it, and, yeah, I was surprised by it too, because typically, even the, like, horror-esque K-dramas are not nearly as, like, terrifying, I guess, as they are from, Western shows that I've seen. So, the fact that it was so gory and so horror-based, it was kinda took me by surprise a little bit.
And I think another reason why I really liked it is because I one of my favorite, YA series is Dread Nation by
Mm.
Justina Ireland, and it's a alternative historical fantasy where, it's the Civil War never ended, but well, it it never no one ever won the Civil War because zombie apocalypse started happening
Oh,
and dead soldiers were, like, popping up, so it kinda um, other things to worry about.
right. Yeah.
So it takes place in that setting, and you follow,
Okay.
kinda two characters, um, and it's like this juxtaposition between um, the evils of the zombies versus the evil of, like, the, racial injustice in
Mhm.
that time period in America.
Yeah.
So it kinda reminded me a lot of that premise where it's like
Mm,
you're balancing the zombies, as well as this corrupt government. Um,
right.
so it's
Cool.
like, what's the true evil?
Right, exactly. Yeah, I will, and especially now that you've said it's one of your favorites, I'm more like I wanna go back and try it again, especially now that, like I said, I didn't watching 2 zombie shows at the same time was a bad idea. So, yeah, now that I've had some space from Walking Dead, I'm willing to go back and try it again because I think my expectations just were, like, I expected them to kinda be the same thing, which is never a good way to go into a book or a drama or anything.
Right?
So I think I will be better this time.
I hope so.
Yeah, but I will keep you posted with all I will spam your Instagram DMs with, thoughts on it.
Yes.
Manga to anime to drama. Yep, I know a lot of people
Nice.
that
The
got
pipeline.
into yep. The rabbit hole. K-pop to K-drama. Yeah, it's really once you, like, see somebody from a music group that's also in a TV show, um, it's kinda hard not to be, like, at least wanting to check it out and see how it is. Sometimes it's great, sometimes you're
Yeah,
like, "Good effort."
right? I think for me, it was I think Jay Park was in
Oh, sure.
he was in, like, a I don't think it was a drama, I think it was a film. I don't remember what
Okay.
it was. But then, I think at the time, he had just gotten out of 2 PM, if you know that
Okay, yep.
drama.
Yes.
But one of the other members of 2PM was in Dream High, and I
Yeah.
watched that. That was really
Have you
good.
seen, there's another member of who's the maknae of 2PM, the youngest?
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
He
The
was in
tall one?
one yeah. He was in one I think
He
he's
was
the
in Dream High
youngest.
too. I think 2 of members of
Yeah,
2PM
he
were in
was in
there.
a newer one called, Just Between Lovers, and that is a really, really good drama, and I was really impressed. He did a great job in that one. Um, let's see. Watch K-dramas with my mom, then listen to the OSTs, and then got into K-pop. It seems like if
Nice.
you're into one, typically you find your way into the other.
Yeah. 'Cause a lot of the members do cross over to
Mhm.
acting.
Yeah. Joanna, yeah, I had the same problem with Boys Over Flowers. It was just too like I have a really hard time with like romance anyways. So, like I don't mind it if it's good. If there's a subplot of romance in the stuff, that's fine, but yeah, Boys Over Flowers was just couldn't do it.
I watched that I think that was one of the first ones I've watched, so maybe that's why I didn't really I didn't really have any negative
Sure.
feelings about it because I think I was a lot younger, but
Mm. Those opinions change over time sometimes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But my opinion, I like a lot of I like City Hunter with Lee Min-ho, and then I
Mhm.
also liked Faith. Faith was a historical
Mm.
drama. That was really good.
I have seen, Lee Min-ho in, oh my gosh, all of the names of all of the K-dramas are escaping me right now. My King Eternal Monarch, there we go.
Mhm.
Because he plays the king in that, and then, the reason I got into that one is because from my country, Woo Do-won, who plays one of the 2 main, male leads in that show, is my favorite actor. And so he plays Sunho. Um, and he was in My King Eternal Monarch with Lee Min-ho, and so I just went through and I watched all of Woo Do-won's dramas. I have one left that I still need to watch, but that was a pretty good show too. The plot was a little like questionable in some areas, but the acting and the characters were pretty good in that. I have not seen Signal. It's on my watch list though.
Mine too. I guess to get in the mood, 'cause sometimes, like, I get on one like, I was on a historical drama mood, and then I slightly shifted to, like, revenge, like, so I watched The Glory, which
Is that good?
it is, except I didn't realize it's gonna be a multi-season one, so,
Oh.
like, when it ended, I'm like, "Dang it, we're not done." And then I watched Remarriage and Desires.
Mhm.
That was really good.
What was it?
Um, yes. It's about this woman, marriage gets destroyed by this gold digger, whatever, and then she sets out on this, revenge story.
Nice.
Really
So
good.
I'm learning a lot about you in this chat, and one of the main things that's gonna be a takeaway is Charmaine likes a good revenge story.
I do. I do.
So have you seen Lawless Lawyer?
I've not.
That's another, like, court politics revenge story, and it's on Netflix.
Have you seen My Name?
I watched, I think, the first episode of it a while ago.
I really like that one.
Yeah, but I know that it's also a, because that's a female lead, right? Yeah. My
It's a
best
little
friend Sarah,
violent.
yeah, my best friend Sarah, I've been suggesting that she could try a K-drama for a while, so yes, finally,
Yay!
Charmaine, it took you coming on my channel. So
Yes.
thank you for that. Yeah, Sarah, we're watching My Country. That's not even a competition.
Yes, Luna Song's also waiting for the glory.
I know I'm trying to I'm gonna catch up with comments really quick. In college, I listened to a lot of Morning Musume and Ayume Hamasaki and BoA. BoA is awesome.
Ooh, I haven't heard Bo in a long
I
time.
know. Now I'm gonna go listen after. Yeah.
Throwback.
Um, yeah, I actually it's funny 'cause, my Spotify is like 90% non-English at this point, and I'm totally fine. Well, even for writing, it's nice to have lyrics that, like, I don't completely understand in the background that aren't gonna disrupt the writing flow as much.
Mhm.
So and it's getting trickier with Korean because I do pick up a bit of
Yeah,
the
you're
Korean
starting to
now, so now I'm
recognize
like,
the
"Dang
words.
it." Otaku streamers. Yeah, check out, Viki. I think it's like I'm trying to remember how much a month that is, like 10 maybe?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
not
I think
much,
the
and
the base price is 10.
there's a lot of dramas on there though, like a lot.
Mhm.
So, yeah, City Hunter, I literally have the DVDs up on my shelf right now because
Yes.
they're a friend of mine, they're also her favorite one, so I have 2 recommendations now, I have to watch it. I'm glad you made it, Anitha. Anitha, do you watch K-dramas? Has Charmaine gotten you into K-dramas yet? Kingdom is top
Anita?
3. Another Kingdom lover. Another Kingdom lover. Juno, thank you. That's the name of the guy from 2 PM that we couldn't remember. Thank you. Anybody watch 100 Year Inheritance? I have not seen that one.
I haven't. Is that a historical one?
I would guess so, but maybe not. I'm not sure. Kim Namgungmin, Northwest and Chief Kim. I don't know if I've seen that one either. Okay, this needs to happen. We need to have some K-drama nights and watch K-dramas together. Like, that would be amazing.
Maybe we can take one of these recommendations we haven't watched.
Yeah.
Like Signal.
Right? Signal is my all-time favorite. It's loosely inspired from the English movie Frequency. Oh. That's the one. Is that the one where there's a guy from the future that can, or a woman from the future that can talk back to somebody else on like a walkie-talkie or something? Or am I thinking of something completely different?
I don't know. I put this on my list on Netflix. I haven't watched it yet.
Same. This one looks like it looks like it's gonna be like a romance, but it's gonna be more like actually funny.
Yeah.
So yeah, it looks good. Patiently, yeah. Yeah, that is the fun part, is you don't see a lot of like action K-dramas with female leads. So that's awesome.
It was really good.
How's it spelled? Vicky. Sorry, I'm going too fast. I do not know anything about when this one is coming out. I'm still waiting for Arthdal Chronicles season 2. That's on Netflix as well. That's a fantasy K-drama and it's excellent. Song Joong-ki is in that one. I'm trying to think what else I'm waiting for. Vagabond still does not have a second season, which is horrible. That's another. Have you seen that one?
No, but I have it on my list.
It's another revenge story. And it's very good. That's Soongi from Goo Family Book is the lead in that.
Nice.
And he's very good too. Vicky, yep, Viki. Yeah, Vicky has a ton on there. I know, Luna, this made me so sad because Joong-ki plays 2 characters in the show and he was just excellent. And that just made me so sad when they said they were switching.
I was watching a drama just recently. It's called Love, I think, featuring marriage and divorce.
Oh yeah, I've heard of it.
It's lots of drama, but like the characters were really good and the actors and actresses did a really good job. I loved season 2. I was starting season 3 and like it's like this huge like build up moment and like and it's between 2 characters who have like a really great like chemistry with each other. And I look at the person and it's a completely different person. I'm like, who the heck is this? And then I paused it and researched it and they changed like 3 of the characters. I'm like, no.
Yeah,
I can't even watch it.
That seems to happen more in K-dramas, which is sad because I know Song Joong-ki for Arthdal, I think there was rumor that they were going to pull Lee Joong-gi in to replace him, and Joong-gi is besides Do-won my other favorite Korean actor. And so it's hard because I'm like, I love that it's Joong-gi, but I don't want it to be Joong-gi because Joong-ki did such a good job.
No.
So yeah, I mean, he's gonna be great at it, but that's got to be hard too as an actor coming in and trying to like take a role that's already been established by somebody else.
Yeah, it's like setting someone up for failure.
Like, it's just mean.
I know. I'm like, yeah, well, it's hard because like I had 2 whole seasons with like these 3 characters, and like I can't put you another face on this character. It's too much.
Yep. Yeah. Okay, I was right. Okay. Yeah, I remember seeing I've watched the trailer for it. Because I'm pretty sure that's on Netflix. Oh wow. Okay. So Anitha knows what's up.
Did you watch Kingdom 2, Anitha? I know there was a big push in Greg's Discord. Everyone was watching Kingdom.
I've been watching Meitante Conan in order, and I just got to the part where the uncle had to do a voice actor change. And it was so, yeah, it's, yeah. Anytime there's an actor switch for anything, I would imagine even for audiobooks too. Like if I don't listen to audiobooks, but if there's a switch in narrators and stuff too, it's just like, no, this is the character.
Yeah.
So, hello.
Definitely pulls you out. Cat.
Yeah, this is Pippin. He's being a bit of a nuisance, so he can say hello. You say hi.
Hi, Pippin. Hello.
He's like, no, Mom, I want to chew on your cords.
I'm busy.
Busy. He's a year and a half old, so he's still very kitten. Yeah, okay, so one of the things that I wanted to talk about a little bit, because I think this is something that I found very interesting. Pippin, leave the cord alone. Being in the booktube community is I think that there's a bunch of K-dramas that fantasy book lovers would really love because they have a lot of the same kind of atmosphere and character work and that kind of stuff. So, what if someone from the booktube community, brand new to K-dramas, has never seen a K-drama before, what like 2 or 3 dramas would you recommend to them that would fit well in like a fantasy crowd?
Well, if you're into the military fantasy, I'm gonna do My Country. Great battle scenes, great
Yep.
found family, motivational speeches. Very Alan-esque.
Right.
If you want kind of like, I guess, historical fantasy horror, I'm gonna go with Kingdom. If you want like urban politics, like I would go City Hunter. If you want historical fantasy with like elemental magic, I'm gonna go Alchemy of Souls.
I still need to watch that one. This is the problem. There's too many good dramas. I need to get there. Yeah. Yeah, that's there's such a, I think people don't realize the variety, not just, I mean, in K-pop in general, because usually when I tell people I like K-pop, they have a very specific vision of what that looks like, and it's like there's every kind of music genre, like I mean, it's very spread out as far as the different types of music that are in K-pop and everything, but K-dramas I feel like are the same. Like there's so many different types of stories within the K-dramas, and they're just there's something for absolutely everybody. Like somebody could tell me their favorite movie or TV show, and I would probably have a K-drama to recommend that would fit within that kind of a sphere. So that's something that I really appreciate, is there's just such a, whatever mood you're in, you're going to find something fun to watch.
Definitely. And then, sci-fi. It's not a drama, it's a movie, but Street Sweepers.
I have that one on my watch list too.
That's good.
I love that I always get really excited when I find people that we can just say these words to each other and we just get it.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Both of these are dramas that I have heard of, and Bridal Mask is actually one of my friend who wants me to watch City Hunter. Bridal Mask is her other favorite drama besides City Hunter.
Ooh.
And I have a friend who also watched Warrior Baekdongsu and really liked it.
Yes, Anita knows.
Sounds like this buddy watch K-drama club is gonna happen. We need to have our own Discord and like Empress Key.
Maybe we can talk Alan into co-opting a channel.
Right, I'm sure he would love that. Can we just
ignore us? We'll just be in this little sliver.
You don't even have to be in it. You can mute the channel. Yep. Empress Key. Yeah, that one's really long. Isn't that like 50 episodes or something? Or am I thinking of something else? It's a long one. 6 Flying Dragons, set in the same period as My Country and follows Yi Bangwon as the. Ooh.
I love Bangwon.
I do.
One of my favorite scenes in My Country is when he's like on the floor screaming, Bangwon! Bangwon!
Yep. he's such a great anti-hero character because he like so often the villains slash anti-heroes of any TV show are just kind of the same, you know, and
Mhm.
he's just really interesting.
Yeah, he remind me of one of the characters in, Greenbone.
Mm.
It's like
Well, now I really have to read it.
yeah, it's like from our current POVs, he's the bad guy, but if we were in his POV, would he be the bad guy? I don't
Right.
we
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah, I can talk like the characters. I've psychoanalyzed the characters in my country for like months and months. So whenever people talk to me about it, I was like, I can explain every motive that ever happens in like the entire drama. Finally caught up with live. Yeah, Sarah.
Yeah.
Whoops. I need to watch Six Flags. Well, I need to too now. It's fun when you realize like my country, and then one of my other favorite K-dramas is Moon Lovers Scarlet Heart Rio. And that one is like set right after my country with all of the princes. So it's kind of in the same like King Taejo and that kind of era and all of his sons. And so it's kind of fun to start to see like the historical pieces from different dramas' points of view. Because Moon Lovers focuses on the royal family specifically, while My Country is like the prequel with like the people that were like at the reaches of the royal family. So
Mhm. I want more historical fiction in Joseon, Korea,
yes,
or before
please.
Joseon, Korea. Uh,
Had you read Red Palace? I'm trying to
I
remember.
have. I've
Okay.
read all of Junher's books.
Which one should I go for next if Red Palace is the only one I've read?
I think Silence of the Bones is my favorite,
Okay.
then Forest of Stolen Girls, and then Red Palace.
Okay. Okay, so you like the other two better.
Mhm.
Nice. Okay. Well, I will grab those then because I've been they've been in my book outlet cart for like 3 weeks. Let's see. Goblin is another one I know is really, really popular with good characters. Moon Lovers, yes. Master Sun and Secret Garden.
The only thing I know of Secret Garden is the, Big Bang, um,
The
sketch.
skit. Yep. It's funny too because I have a different friend who Secret Garden is his favorite K-drama, and yeah, every time like I'm like I don't know if I'm ready to like watch the original just because Big Bang has like
Yeah. Just gonna picture D-Dragon in a dress.
I know, right? Oh, Anitha, you're in the teleparty.
Anita, you're
Absolutely.
always invited.
Yeah. That's the thing, because I feel like honestly, there are so many people within the fantasy community that either already love K dramas or would love K dramas if they gave it a shot. So I feel like that's something we could start that.
I think so. I'm excited because I actually finally picked up book 2 of The Legends of Condor,
Oh, that's so pretty.
and apparently, it's not K-drama,
Yeah.
it's C-drama, but, there are adaptations of this. I think my friend said the 19 I read that. Well, obviously, I'm reading the book. Um, so I want to get through the series and then watch the adaptation. One
Nice.
of the adaptations.
Yeah. I really want to watch the Shogun series once I'm done with the book too, because I've heard quite a few people say that that's really good too. Or a trauma romance watcher. Yeah, I mean, I like in books and shows, I want to be I mean, this sounds horrible, but I really enjoy like the emotional wreckage that comes
Me
with
too.
really good stories that are like they it's not that the good moments aren't there, but it's nice to see that kind of like
Mhm. The ebb and
struggle
flow.
and the overcoming and the
Yeah, I like a lot of realism in my fantasy, which is weird. Like, I want it to be, like, ups and downs, like, good
yep,
times and bad times. Um,
was trying to think. Have you seen River Where the Sun Now Stands, or River Where the Sun Rises? I've combined a book title and a drama title there. River Where the Moon Rises is what I was thinking of. That one's really good too. That's a historical drama with some. It's not a fantasy, but like it feels like a fantasy show. I have tried a couple of Chinese dramas. I don't jive with the storytelling style as well. I do watch some Japan dramas though. When everybody was all hyped up about Squid Game, when that was going around, I watched Squid Game, and then I also watched a Japan drama called Alice in Borderland. And I actually like Alice in Borderland a lot better.
I've been nervous to watch either of those.
I mean, they're gory. Yeah, like if you actually want Hunger Games for adults, that's basically what it is. But Alice in Borderland is cool because the characters like are so much, in my opinion, I cared about the characters a lot more. And one of the things that shocked me, I don't get surprised in storytelling too often, so when I do, I'm really impressed. And Alice in Borderland literally knocked me off my chair in the 3rd episode. I was like, I cannot believe they just went there in like a good storytelling way. And I just finished watching the 2nd season, and the way they wrap it up and all the little tiny like Alice in Wonderland subtle things in there too are really cool.
Maybe one day I'll be brave enough. I will eventually watch that drama. I think
Condor
my
Heroes.
friend recommended the 1980s one. I can't remember. I'll have to figure out. She recommended a specific adaptation, because I guess there's been a few. Nirvana and Fire.
I have not heard of that one. I now watch more C-dramas than K-dramas because I prefer long historicals, and there are more than that. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, their dramas are long.
Yeah, they're very long.
Really long.
That kind of makes me hesitant because I am a hyperfixation binger. So like,
now instead of 16 episodes, it'll be 50.
I'm like,
You'll have to take a week off.
I know. I'm not trying to get fired from work.
Just say, guys, this is important. I have a Chinese drama I need to finish. I was gonna watch the Shogun series too. Yeah, I'm really curious. I've heard. I mean, Alan says it's good, and I know a couple other people that really like it. So, hey, Wizard. He just had a fantastic convo with Jimmy Nuts earlier this morning. Revenge. There you go. Is it a Chinese drama? I think it was a Chinese drama.
Yeah.
This is where it all begins. Hey, Bo.
Charmaine disappears for a month.
I'll be like, Charmaine, I'm watching Kingdom. Charmaine,
Where
hello. Yeah, that was the thing. That was So River Where the Moon Rises originally had Jisoo in it from Moon Lovers. He was the youngest prince in Moon Lovers, and he was originally going to play the male lead in River. And they filmed 8 episodes, and then there was a scandal that came out against him, of course, as soon as he gets his first male lead role. And he got taken out of the show, and they reshot the entire first 8 episodes and re-released them. So I can see if you started with like the original 8 episodes, why that would be frustrating. I loved I can't remember his name now, but the guy that came in that played the male lead after that was really good. But yeah.
Although I do give them credit for reshooting instead of just putting some random person in the middle of the story.
Yeah. So now, like for all of us coming in, because I watched it after that all happened. So for me, it was, I didn't know Jisoo was originally supposed to be in this instead of. But yeah, I can see where that would be a really big bummer if you started with somebody else. There you go, Charmaine. It was nice knowing you.
Oh my gosh. I'm going to steal my episodes are.
Alice in Borderland is so good. Have you watched the new season 2? Yes, I just watched it last month with my husband because he watched Alice season 1 as well, and we both really liked it. I feel like too, Charmaine, if like Squid Game versus Borderland, I feel like Borderland had less like gratuitous violence in it. There are definitely some horror-ish bits, like very scary themes in parts of it, but I feel like the gratuitous gore is less in. Maybe I'm just forgetting, so correct me in the comments if I'm just forgetting how bad it was, but I feel like Squid Game was worse.
If anyone here who's also watched My Name, is it like that level of violence or more?
What level of violence are we talking?
Yeah.
It's funny though because when we were watching My Country, my dad actually stepped out of the room a couple of times because of the violence, and it was funny because
It's not a lot.
I didn't even. This is horrible. I didn't even like really like realize that it was that much because again, this was the third time I've seen it, so like I know everything that's coming at that
Yeah.
point. But yeah.
I will say my one critique on My Country is some people were popping up from these being impaled by swords. I'm like, "You should not be getting back up."
Yep.
I'm like, "I'm
Yep.
sorry.
Little bit of a
Wrapping it
like.
up with a bandage is not gonna fix that."
Yeah, I have a close friend who's watching it right now, and she was a army medic with a tank division in Afghanistan, and she's watching this, and I keep getting messages like, "Yeah, so like the human body can't actually do that."
Yeah,
Like, I know, just suspend your disbelief. I promise.
I'm like, they gotta have hit some organs in that.
Right? No, they know it's exactly it's fine. Yeah, I know. I mean, Squid Game for like I didn't dislike it, to clarify. It wasn't. I didn't like it as much as Alice. Um, but there were two characters in that show that I absolutely was invested in. But I won't say who or why because I don't want to ruin it for anybody. um, Hi, Bo. I'm taking over Tori's channel. The beanie is over on my nightstand right now. You know what? It's hot in here, okay? And I do actually have hair and a forehead, so sometimes I do like to just remind people of that.
You wanna clear up any rumors.
That's right. Where's the beanie? It's on my nightstand. Everybody calm down.
I'm gonna get you a Vicky beanie.
Yes. I actually saw one the other day that has, I don't know if you guys or you, Charmaine, are familiar with like all the Naruto anime stuff, but there's actually a beanie with the Sharingan symbol on the front, which is like one of their ninja symbol things. And I kind of want to buy it. I put it on my Amazon wish list. So my wish list is now like books and beanies. I mean, it's sounding like this is the one you should try if you're going to try a Chinese drama.
Apparently. Are there, like, stopping points? Like
like seasons within
Yeah.
the show. Yeah, it was a good chat. I caught about 60% of it. It was a good conversation.
Oh, yeah, I looked it up. It's 54 episodes. Like,
That's a lot of episodes. I think the longest K-drama I have watched is 24.
Yeah, that's usually the longest.
Yeah, because Goo Family Book is 24, right? Or is
Mhm.
that 20? No, it's 24. I think that one could have been a little shorter, personally.
Well, I think by the time it released, 24 was kinda like the average, and
Yeah.
I think they cut back to 16.
Yeah. Yeah, Alice is good. I really liked it. K-dramas. Andrew, we are talking about Korean dramas, my friend, because Charmaine and I are enthusiasts, to put it lightly.
And it's rare to find, this. Well, I feel like there's more of us than we realize. It just takes one person to bring it up, and then
Now
like,
everyone's
"Wait,
like,
you?"
like the Spider-Man gif.
Yeah.
Oops, I'm doing a horrible job with these comments right now. I will have to send links to yeah, Andrew, let me know. I'll send you a link to one so you can watch 16 episodes and then you will know what a K-drama is.
Yes.
Andrew, we've been having this thing going back and forth because he keeps saying how awfully large his forehead is, and it's that he has a 5-finger forehead, and I keep telling him to be nicer to his forehead. So
Yes.
he's clearly listening. Yes, Andrew, I would 100% get Sharingan contacts. That would be amazing. That would be really cool. Yeah, I'm actually making my husband rewatch watch the anime with me for the first time, and I forgot how slow those like 90s and early 2000s animes are.
What would be an anime recommendation for someone who scares easily? Because
Okay. What scares you?
I don't like a lot of like demons type
Mhm.
monsters, darkness type things.
Yep.
Like I used to watch like the Yu-Gi-Oh episodes and then like eventually it got like really dark and I'm like, I can't do this anymore.
Oh man. Um trying to think through my favorites and think which ones you would that I'm like removing half of the ones that are I'm actually going to do a top animes video soon because Andrew asked me about that like 2 months ago and I still haven't done it. Clannad is one that's like a slice of life. It's got a romance in it, but it's really deep. Like it's a really beautiful show. It's really deep and emotionally impactful. Has a slight, like very slight fantasy edge to it. But I can see you really liking that one, especially if you like some like if you also enjoy lighter K-dramas, but also like the emotional heaviness side of things. That one's amazing. I'm trying to think. Because like everything else has some kind of monster hunting in it because that's something I really enjoy. So, but yeah, I would say I would start with Clannad. I actually think that one would be a really good fit for you. Just have a box of tissues on hand for sure. Hotel Del Luna is another one. I've watched a couple episodes of it.
Nice. Oh, I had I kept seeing what's it? The
Crown Clown.
Crown Clown.
Did you finish it?
I did. I had kept seeing it and like I didn't really just by the name and like the picture, I'm like I have to be in a particular mood for like funny, lighthearted dramas.
Which
Uh,
is funny because Crown Clown really isn't.
yeah, but like that's the impression it gave
Yep.
me
Yep.
until I watched your K-drama video and I'm like, well, I'll give it a shot because what you said sounded more into what I was looking for. And then I watched the first episode. I'm like, whoa.
Right?
And it was really good. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I loved a lot of the relationships, um, especially the one between, um, what's his name? I forget his name.
I can't
Hassan,
remember either.
was it?
Yeah, yeah, that sounds right.
And the chief secretary. That
Mhm. Yeah.
that turned out really well. And then I also really loved the romance.
Yeah, that one was
It was
really good. I
very
really like that one
endearing.
too. Yeah. If you haven't seen Moon Lovers yet, you need to see that one. Like that's my second favorite after My Country, easily.
I noted that in your video, and then I was doing sometimes I go into like my iMusic and like I'll just go to K-pop and like hit shuffle, and like the song popped up, and I think it was by Lee Hee,
Mhm.
and she was on the OST,
Yep.
and like I saw the picture, I'm like that's a picture from her video.
Mhm. Yeah, that OST is really good. That's a really good one. But yeah, I would say like for historical dramas, My Country, Moon Lovers, and Crown Clown are the top 3 that I recommend to people typically. See, we're gonna get Andrew in to watch one of these K-dramas with our new group that we're setting up here.
We should have make everyone watch My Country.
Yeah, right? Yeah, she has the costuming in that is really good. That one I have not seen. I'm not actually that big of like a horror. I don't gravitate to that too often. And that was the vibe that I got from the trailer. So correct me if I'm assuming that it's a horror if it's not, but it looks pretty horror-esque.
Yeah. Yeah, I tend to be cautious on that end too. I'm like, "Wait a minute."
Yeah, like
If I
how
wasn't tricked into watching Kingdom, I probably wouldn't.
Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh was my gateway. Yu-Gi-Oh was my gateway into a lot of Asian storytelling in general. Yami the Pharaoh is still one of my favorite anime characters of all time. Or in Host Club. I haven't seen that one, but I've heard that one's, a lot of people really like that one. All of Us Are Dead. Oh, interesting. She was really good. I liked her a lot. I know, I've been reading. That's honestly why I haven't been watching as many K-dramas too, is because I've been reading so much that I don't have time.
Yeah, it's one or the other. When I was watching those dramas, I wasn't reading, and when I'm reading, I'm not watching.
Yeah. Well, and I'm trying really hard to behave myself and actually write my book right now, and it's the distraction level is so bad right now because of all the buddy reads and all the FOMO is so real right now.
Yeah. That's why sometimes it's nice just to have, like, a movie, like a K-movie. It's like, you just only have to commit a couple hours, and then you're free.
Did you see there's a movie on Netflix that's a Korean movie called The Fortress?
I
And it's a
think
historical.
so, maybe?
I still need to finish it, but I started watching that one, and that was pretty interesting
It
too.
sounds familiar.
It's very military. It's like there's the siege on this, and they're trying to, push back a much larger force kind of thing. Completely agree, Luna. He was amazing. I always appreciate actors who can play 2 characters, whether it's twins or 2 people from different dimensions or anything like that. And yeah, I'm trying to remember his name.
Yeah, I put it on my watch list. I haven't watched it yet.
Okay. Yeah, that's one of my favorite plot elements in anime is when there's one actor playing 2 characters. There was that in oh my gosh, the twins in Arthdal Chronicles, and Junki also did a fantastic job with those. And then Dowan, actually, one of the main actors from My Country, when he's in My King Eternal Monarch, he plays 2 different characters in 2 different realms, and they meet each other at one point, and it is like they're so polar opposite. It's fabulous. He kind of stole the show in that drama, and I wasn't mad about it. Odd Taxi I've heard of, but I've not seen. That is rough. Sorry, Andrew. Yeah, it's always funny because in almost all of my videos / live stream, like if you ever hear like this kind of elephant sound in any of my videos, it's because my children are like thundering up and down the hallway on the outside. So yeah, it's tough. It's tough to divide your attention when you love like multiple types of storytelling mediums, I think. And it does depend because I binged so many. I only read 22 books in 2021, and part of that was because I was watching K-dramas instead. But yeah, it's hard to. I do feel like you're either kind of in a mood for one or the other. Yuki Senki is a great military anime. There you go. You're getting all sorts of ideas. I still think though, I really think Clannad would be, from what I'm hearing you say you like, I think it's a very it's very wholesome. And you're not gonna have any like demon slayer things going on in the background. But it still is like, that's an emotional drama. It's a very emotional drama. So, because I feel like a lot of the slice of life dramas sometimes don't have as much of an emotional impact, which is fine. But Clannad definitely does, for me at least. Caveat in case anyone's offended. Like, I can't believe you said that. Yep. So
Yeah, that's hard.
Are you watching one right now?
No. Well, I was watching Love featuring Marriage and Divorce, but then I found out about the recast. So I
Kind of put you
I
off.
yeah. I've still only watched the first episode of Rookie Historian. I don't know if I'm in the right mood for it. It seems more on the lighter
It
side,
is. Yeah.
so I'm like,
Yeah.
I may have to save this for later.
Yeah. It's definitely more of a slice of life historical. Eunwoo playing the prince, his character is absolutely precious through the entire thing. So, yeah. Okay, so I'm actually going to very briefly speak to this one. I think I spoke to it a little bit in my K-dramas video. Kill Me, Heal Me is incredibly well acted. Ji-sung is the lead in that one, and he's amazing. So as long as you go into it knowing that it's fiction, and like, because I know a lot of people have put it up as like hey, this is what DID looks like, and like there's enough truth to it that it's convincing to general watchers, and it's phenomenal. It's a really good drama overall, but it's, as long as you don't go into it assuming like this is exactly what DID looks like, and like all of that. And he's also like kind of a super, like sort of superpower. They kind of make it out to him having superpowers too on the side. So, but that being said, he deserved an Oscar for the acting performance he put into it. It was very good. So I'm not trying to discourage anyone from watching it, to clarify. But just know, like, go into it with the right expectations. Sama ranking is also maybe Military King's anime, and it's wholesome on a massive level. Nice. Those are two that you don't, I feel like you don't get, like, don't get put in the same the same description.
Military.
Like, I'm very curious now.
I'll have to go back and watch this live to write down.
Right? I know. I don't have a notepad by me, but I should have known. Yeah, it's a very well done, well acted drama. So I just always encourage people to go into it like not expecting it to be, this is a portrayal of exactly what DID looks like. I think we didn't get the full comment there, maybe, or unless she's referring to the Osama ranking. Oh, there we go. This one's so good. Okay, Flower of Evil is amazing.
Flower of Evil, what's that about?
That one is a very dark modern revenge story, kind of. Lots of court politics. It's a young man who was framed for a murder and is in hiding, and that's kind of like the opening-ish of the thing, and his wife is actually a detective. And doesn't know anything about his past, and that's kind of the like catalyst for the story, and it's
I think I put that on my watch list
really
recently.
good. It is really good. That one is the most recent one I finished. And Joongi, again, one of my favorite actors, and he is just incredible in it.
Yeah, it's on there.
It's really good. If I was gonna recommend a like modern revenge tale, that would be my first pick.
Nice.
It is very dark. So, content warning. Like there's no demons or anything like that in it, but it's very dark. So, yep, Sarah's got a notepad. She came prepared.
I wish I were like you, Sarah.
Sarah is the MVP of this chat. Can you just take a picture
Right?
of the
When we create our K-drama Discord, we need you to write all the notes. You're the minute taker, Sarah.
What we should do is we should have a side thread that is all of us posting our favorite dramas so that we can go through and see what everybody's favorites are.
Yes.
Week
I'm
Hero
excited.
It's obsessed until I finish it. It's rather short, highly recommended. It's about school bullying and quite violent. Where what platform is that one on? Based on a webtoon?
Ooh.
Ah. Interesting. Is that on Netflix or is it we're gonna have to bother Alan until he lets us make a K-drama chat.
I am a mod, so
You can just do it. Just don't tell him. We will just hide it and he won't know it's there. I'll be like, wait, what is this?
Maybe if we make it K-drama and anime, he'll be more open to it.
But it'll be mostly K-drama, probably. Yeah. In fairness, I do love anime also, so I'm not complaining. Please, so yeah. I think it's on Viki. I dropped my Viki subscription because I wasn't watching as many, and now I'm like missing it.
Right.
It's been good though because I haven't been watching dramas as much, so it was okay that I didn't have it for a few months. I probably shouldn't get it until I finish my book again. Maybe that'll be my reward. I will get myself a Viki subscription when I finish my book.
No, I was thinking like, well, let me narrow down my watch list on Netflix, and then
Now we have more.
Yeah. Well, that plan's gone to crap.
Yeah. I mean, it does help, Anitha. I feel like when you have people to talk about them with too, and like other people are kind of watching similar dramas at the same time. I'm not a horrible buddy watcher, but like unless I'm actually physically there with you watching the show, like I try really hard to keep it, but if I'm really into it, it is so hard to keep from just binging it.
I know. I'm a binger.
Yeah. I have a friend that I actually met through K-pop. She bought a photo card from me like 3 years ago on Instagram, and I found out she lived an hour and 20 minutes from my house. And I was like, "Oh my gosh, do you wanna, like, meet in a parking lot somewhere in the city between us and, we can make sure we're neither of us are serial killers, it'll be great. And then hang out." And we've been friends for 3 years and super close, and we have drama nights on Wednesday night, and we've been watching, Crash Landing on You
Mhm.
on Netflix, and that one's very cute. That's a romance that, like, I'm here for it. I can handle this romance. So, yeah. Well, is there anything last recommendations you want to give to anybody before we end the live stream?
Last recommendations.
She's going through her Netflix list.
One of the recent ones I watched and really liked was 100 Days My Prince.
Oh yeah, that has Kyung-soo from EXO in it, right? The group EXO.
Maybe.
I think so. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it does. Sorry, I'm a names nerd.
I'm really bad at actors' names, like any kind of actor. Like yeah, that person.
He was in that one show.
Yeah. But yes, that was really good. And then I think I've talked about a lot of my favorites. Love from the Star. My Love from the Star. It's an old one. Inheritors. But yeah, I think everything else I've already mentioned.
Yeah, I think I've mentioned most of my top ones too. Oh, Anitha has a recommendation. Please share. 2521. I have a friend that my friend that I just mentioned actually really liked that one. She wasn't a big fan of the end though. I have not watched it yet. Yeah. many dramas that come out with a concept, but always close to heart. Seducing Mr. Perfect is the movie. Watching this as a teenager totally made to fall in love with. Oh, so it's a movie. Where, like, what platform would we watch it on? Like, where is it at for those of us who don't know where to find it? Oh, we've got some fans in the house of that one, apparently.
Nice.
It still amazes me for how much I've gotten into K-dramas, how many I still have, like, never heard of, the movies or the dramas, and
There's so many.
there's so many. Yeah. I'm in the middle of, Rugal right now on Netflix. It's the one about the guy who gets turned into a super soldier, basically.
Okay.
And the guy who plays, the Gumiho dad in Goo Family Book is the super soldier in Rugal. So, he's really good.
I may have favored that one too. That sounds familiar.
Yeah, it's good so far. I just have been doing other things. There's no reason I haven't continued it other than that, honestly. Niru says one recommendation is Signal. Yep, that one is definitely going to move up my TBW.
Yes, Rugal. That's on there.
Yeah, I'm about halfway through. Well, maybe not even. I think I'm only a third through it.
Have you watched Mr. Sunshine?
No, but that is one that I really was one of the ones I was thinking about watching next.
Same.
Well, I mean, we're just going to be watching dramas together for the next 5 years.
I know. This is life going forward.
Yeah, thank you guys for coming on. It was funny because when I first started putting K-drama stuff on my channel, I had no idea how the response to it would be. Because I know sometimes people, unfortunately, come into it with kind of a stereotype in mind, and that makes me really sad because there's so many amazing stories in K-dramas and Asian dramas in general. So whenever anybody gives me an opening, I'm like, just try it. I can recommend one.
Yeah. There's different types. It's all right.
Yep. My mom went into it assuming that, oh, well, this will be fun. Like I can watch something Tori's really into, and she loved it. So I was like, see, no, my dad has a hard time with subtitles, so that's the one thing that's hard is if people can't get over the subtitles thing.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah. I know Netflix is starting to offer more with a dub option. I know that's not everyone's favorite, but
yeah, but at least it's an option.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I didn't even know that was a app. I do now. Yeah, I'm glad you came on, Anitha. I'm glad you woke up in time for it.
Waking up.
Yeah, Six Flying Dragons sounds really good, especially if it's about Bangwan's character. Mr. Sunshine. Yeah, Mr. Sunshine is one of my next K-dramas, I think. Thank you so much for joining us, Luna. Charmaine, thank you so much for jumping on your Sunday afternoon and hanging out and talking about K-dramas. It makes me so happy.
Thank you for inviting me.
Yes.
This was so much fun.
And yeah, we will definitely chat more about maybe starting some kind of a booktube K-drama faction.
Yes.
And yeah, get everybody watching some favorites and stuff together because that would be awesome.
That would be amazing.
I'm gonna be watching for it too. We'll see if Charmaine can kind of sneak it in there. You know what's funny is it probably won't be Alan that notices it. It'll be Evie, and she'll be like, Charmaine. You'll be like, shh, don't say anything.
Just let it happen.
Just let it happen. So awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us, and Charmaine, thanks for coming on my channel. And as always, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.